been a long time since you guys have actually had a real legitimate practice here at home. Donovan's talking about like, yeah, we actually got to do like our routine type stuff. Like, what was this like to be finally back?
Uh, Besides actually being in the facility, I mean, just being in my own bed has actually been good. Being able to get a couple nights sleep in my own bed and, like I said, coming to the facility and going through practice with the team and actually doing things we were doing earlier in the season. Just getting back to our offensive, defensive breakdowns and things like that. So that was definitely good.
Is there any part that's like you guys have just finally gone through what was really the hardest part left, on this schedule with the road trip and back to back? But you got now that kind of the relief that's out of the way. You just focus on these last 7 games.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that West Coast trip was definitely a tough trip for us. The back-to-backs and all the games in those certain amount of days. So, I mean, it's good to go through that stretch and go through that adversity, but it's good to also get these 2 days off and get our bodies back right and be ready to get back on track.
You've been part of this team for a while now. Does anything feel different about this team now, in terms of how you guys have grown or just the relationship aspect? Anything changed?
Talking about from my rookie year to now?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely from my rookie year, it's like a lot of people in and out, different bodies and stuff like that. And like right now, this group, like we're way more closer than when I was in the rookie year. Everyone just come to the facility, go home, and don't talk to each other. But now, like guys, we like stay here and just chat it up all day, and even text, go out to eat together, just do random stuff together. So it's definitely that's better chemistry right now.
How do you notice it has an impact on the team when you guys are out there on the floor?
It's trust. Like, if you're able to just go out and have conversations and learn more about your teammates on and off the court, then, once you get on the court, you're able to just trust them.
As you guys been big on making awards pitches recently with that, what would be your pitch for Kenny to be Coach of the Year?
I'd say if you look at how he played last year, this year, offensively and defensively, I mean, it's different. The way the ball is moving, the way each and every guy on the team is playing better than they did last year. That's because of him. He came in here with the mindset to change our offense and the way we've been playing. And as you can tell now, we got more wins than we did last year. The ball's moving, the pace is different, the energy, everything's just different on how we're playing.
Kenny's been very frank about you having great performances and there being games where you don't get the minutes that you might deserve. How has the communication that's flown with him since he's gotten here helped you work through those situations and those emotions as well?
Kenny's very vocal. Communicates everything. If it's a game that I don't play a lot, he'll come and tell me why. Like certain guys got to extend a run because they were playing good, or just certain things. He'll come to me and explain to me why, and that's what I appreciate most about it.
Is there like something that he describes to you or talks to you about that allows you to like have the mentality like it's not just because it's one game, I will get my opportunity, I'm gonna come back and do what I do?
It's not more so about what he says. It's the NBA. Like he always says, like we have 15 guys on this team that can play. Everyone's not gonna get 30 minutes a night, 20 minutes a night. It might not be my night that night, but I know when I go out there, I'm still going to play as hard as I can play with however many minutes I have. So everyone just has had that mentality, 1 through 15, so that's what makes our team great.
Does it make being on a team filled with guys like that easier to deal with those nights for you?
Easier to do that.
For you to deal with those nights where maybe you don't play as much as you think you should, but knowing that you're in a locker room where a lot of other guys might feel that same way, they have the same mentality.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's made us so great. Everyone knows that, like, everyone's team is great at what they do. We have so much depth that we're not going to play a lot of minutes every single night. Everyone's goal is to win the championship, so as long as we're winning games, it doesn't matter how many minutes you're playing.
Knowing that, did you have to? Is that something you had to evolve this season, or is that just like it just came naturally, the understanding part of that?
I think it's life. I feel like growing up too, when I was playing, I wasn't always playing a lot of minutes. I was always starting. Always had to work my way up. So it wasn't like a shock to me. I just know I always had the mentality I'm gonna work to always get what I got. So when I go out there, obviously I'm gonna play hard. If I get 10 minutes, if I get 20 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, I'm gonna go out there and play hard.
Coming into the season, we talked about how much you were going to be used in the role, pick and roll. How do you feel like those results have gone so far? And it looks like it's pretty effective for this offense.
I think it's been great. I mean, that's one of the first things Kenny talked to me when I first got here. So I feel like anytime I'm in a pick and roll, when I'm rolling, I'm getting the ball in a short roll. I'm making great decisions anytime I get it. It's either an open shot or a shot from me, so I feel like it's been great.
Are you noticing any of the defenses adjusting to that? Because that hasn't really been part of your game the last few years.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're still trying to figure out what to do on it, but like I said, anytime I get it, it's either an open shot for me or it's just, we got Sam, Dean, or whatever shooter we got in the game right now that I'm getting the ball to.
Does getting to 60 wins, is that still like an accomplishment for you guys as a group?
Yeah, it's always an accomplishment. You got to take the small wins. I've never got 60 wins. I don't know. I think probably Donovan, the only person that. Did you get 60 wins? Oh, I'm wrong. Well, I don't know who else got 60 wins, but I know I haven't got 60 wins before, so it's definitely an accomplishment for the team. So we're definitely going to take that one.
When you guys have any kind of slippage on the defensive end specifically, what is the level of urgency to correct that?
It's high because we're a defensive team first. We've always been a defensive team first. We know we're playing great offense, but defense wins championships. So we know, even to start the game, our physicality, our urgency on that side of the ball has to be top tier.
I was going to ask you, why do you still consider yourselves a defensive first team when you're the best offense in the NBA?
I mean, because that wins championships. I mean, as we've seen, during that West Coast trip when we weren't playing defense, teams were just scoring us, and it's hard just to go bucket for bucket the whole game. So it's really the first team that's actually going to sit down and get stops so it's going to win the game.
Seems like a basic question, but are there any indicators on the court early in the game that you guys know you're going to be at your sharpest versus, having to find a way to win a game maybe when you're not at your best?
I mean, you can tell by the energy. I mean, sometimes you might start the game with a low amount of energy, but we pick it up towards the second half or fourth quarter or whatever. But we're pretty good at once we get in the huddles and timeouts about getting on each other, about bringing the energy up. TT does a good job about getting on everyone and we're trying to bring the intensity up. So that's what we're good at.
A lot of guys talked about Kenny firing you guys up before last game. His messaging also involved throwing a water bottle. Is that something that you could tell fired the group up before your guys' game against the Clippers?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I sit next to Jay, so Jay was very he was into it. I knew Jay was about to have a good game. I knew Jay was about to have a good game when I seen his face. But yeah, definitely it fired everyone up for sure.
On the defensive end, that's been your focus since you got into the NBA. You've grown as a shooter this last year. But why for you is it so important to check whoever the best player is on the opposing team on any given night?
I mean, that's my role. I mean, that's why I pride myself in. If I'm not guarding the best player, then I don't feel like I'm being effective on the court. So that's just my role, basically.
Do you feel like you've been able to do that to a point where you should be in consideration for these first team, second team, all defensive awards as well?
Yeah, I mean, I felt that way since coming in as a rookie. I know since they put this new 65-game rule and it's different, but I mean, I feel like I am one of the best sound ball defenders in the league. Day in and day out, guard the best guys and lock them up. So I see that coming in the future for sure. I know I can't get this year because I didn't play enough games, but definitely in the future, I definitely have a couple of those.
What did the saying that you use, day by day, begin? Where did that start for you?
Started when I got here with the Cavs. It really started because people kept asking me how am I doing.
Because we're friendly here in the Midwest, Isaac.
That's okay to ask how I'm doing, but when 50, 60, 70 people ask me that a day, I just came up with a quick response just to tell them. But really, I do just take it day by day. I really just focus on how can I get better today. So that's the response I give.
Anything else?